Okay, maayong buntag na napon kanan. So, di na po mag-read by sector or by individual because I have a lot of slides to show. Okay, let me start by saying that if you notice the logo of Neda is a picture of a person that is the center. So Neda or Philippine development ought to be people-centered. So that the arrows there point to a person. So that a person, a citizen, or people in general are the center of socio-economic development. So that's also the theme of today's conference. So let me start by giving you a brief overview of the current context for our initial conditions, where we are now, and what the challenges are, given the fact that we want to achieve a vision or an ambition by 2040. I will then describe the life that most Filipinos want, what they want, what they're aspiring for by 2040. Then I'll talk about the role of social policy, which is the theme of today's conference, social initiatives. In social policy in helping our countrymen reach their aspirations. It will be clear from the context that starting from where we are, achieving our ambition and vision by 2040 entails dramatic transformation of all of us in terms of behavioral change, mindset change, and attitudinal change on the part of government officials in all three branches of government, executive, legislative, and judiciary, as well as on all sectors of the citizenry. So dramatic transformation is required for us to achieve our vision or ambition by 2040. And okay, let's start with where we are today. Although economic growth targets have been mostly missed, growth has nevertheless been rather rapid. Together with the acceleration of economic growth, unemployment has fallen faster than expected, but underemployment remains rather high at double digits. Underemployment is very important because most people want to work more because they need more income. Moreover, while poverty reduction is accelerating, it remains very slow. The pace of poverty reduction remains very slow. And this is the pace of poverty reduction over the last 10 years. Very slow, almost horizontal. And today, first semester of 2016, poverty incidence is about 26%. You will recall that in 1990, when we started the baseline for the Millennium Development Goals, our poverty incidence then was 33.5. So in 26 years, we were able to reduce our poverty incidence by only about 8 percentage points or 7 percentage points in 26 years. So we are trying to achieve something by 2040, which is 25 years from now. So we really have to speed up poverty reduction. Much faster than what we have achieved over the past 26 years. And also, even over the past 6 years, poverty incidence has been reduced by only 2.3 percentage points. So very slow poverty reduction. And that is the challenge that we have to face. The big puzzle is that everybody has been talking about is that fast economic growth but slow reduction in poverty and slow trickling down of rapid economic growth to benefit the masses. That has been the sad commentary regarding our economic performance. So not only that, growth has not only been, poverty reduction has not only been slow, but growth has not been broadly shared across the regions. Economic growth has been centered around Metro Manila and Calabarzon and Central Luzon. The three regions account for 2/3 of GDP, national GDP. And those three regions account for only a little over 1/3 of the total Philippine population. So you can see how lopsided our economic development has been across the regions. And that also in turn explains why poverty remains massive. So let's see. That's the big puzzle. And okay, clearly economic growth has been uneven, and the biggest criticism is that the benefits of economic growth has not been felt on the ground. Okay, the life we want. What Filipinos say, the life they want. Neda's response to this criticism is to conduct a national survey called Ambition Natin 2040. The objective of the survey is to determine the aspirations of Filipinos so that development plans can be formulated such that they help Filipinos achieve their aspirations. What Filipinos want. These are what Filipinos want. What they want to be, and what they want to do. Specifically, we ask them what these questions. We ask them these questions in the survey. The survey, by the way, included 10,000, a sample size of 10,000, randomly selected across all regions of the country, and also stratified by socioeconomic groups. And in addition to the survey, we also had focus group discussions. Okay, these are the characteristics of the life that Filipinos want. Matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay para sa lahat. Strongly rooted life, comfortable and secure life for everybody. Aspirations are family-centered. Even children aspire to the life that includes their parents. They want a comfortable life for their family that is not poor and that is free of worries. Let us elaborate on that. Okay, what is matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay? These are the things that Filipinos want to have. And these are the things that what a middle class family would want to have. Own at least one car, have enough money for day-to-day needs, own a medium-sized house, be able to have decent work. All children are college educated, not children that end up to grade 12 only. Be able to relax and be able to travel at least locally. So, what is in terms of income? The income required for this middle kind of desired life by 2040 is 120,000. And these are the numbers, this is the breakdown of the 120,000 for a family of 4. Note that today, the average income for a middle class family is about 45,700. 45,700. So to be able to reach 120,000 by 2040 in today's prices, we need the income now, which is 45,700, will have to grow by more than twice, almost 3 times. So 2.7 times the growth that's needed of our current income. Middle income family of 3 children and 2 parents would have to grow by almost 3 times. So that's quite a challenge. Because going by previous accomplishments, we have hardly been able to achieve that kind of, rapid growth in family income. Okay, and then the vision for the country is, the majority of Filipinos also consider eradicating poverty. 50% of Filipinos want eradicating poverty and hunger, 64% of Filipinos, and generating sufficient local jobs, 51%, as the most essential economic goals the country should aim for. Notice that most Filipinos, the majority, they prefer to work locally. They really, not really having to go abroad, but locally, if only jobs are available locally. Aside from ending corruption, being the most important aspect of government service that should be addressed, fair enforcement of the law, fast and easy processes, order and safety in the community, fast response towards problems and complaints regarding traffic and connectivity and processing of getting licenses and permits. Those are the main complaints of our ordinary citizens. And there should be enough avenues to be able to ask for help. And we have, the current administration has this 888 number to call now. It's still not perfect, but it's being perfected. And are also viewed by Filipinos as definitely important government services in terms of justice and governance, good governance. Okay, this is the vision. By 2040, the Philippines shall be a prosperous, predominantly middle-class society where no one is poor. Our people will enjoy long and healthy lives, are smart and innovative, and will live a high-trust society. We live in a high-trust society. Okay, realizing the vision. So, matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay. These are the connotations of this the kinds of life that we want to have by 2040. Okay, and then back to these numbers. These are the income required of a family of 4. Remember that the average family size now is about a little over 5.5 or 5 point something. But so we are aiming for a family of 4 only. So that should happen by 2040 if we have an effective responsible parenthood, effective implementation of the responsible parenthood law. Okay. Empirical studies indicate that with the right policies, improvements in productivity and efficiency can triple our gross domestic income per capita from the current $2,300 to $11,000 by 2040, allowing the majority of our people to enjoy nearly high-income country standards of living. Note that over the last 33 years, 1981 and to 2014, we were only able to raise our real per capita income by 1.8 times. So we want to achieve $11,000 by 2040. Now we are at 3,500. Thailand is already at 5,800. Malaysia is 11,000 is Malaysia's current income per capita. Without reforms, per capita income can only grow by to around $5,000 from $3,500 today over a period of 25 years. Not even double the current level of 3,500. This is 11,000, as I've said, is the current per capita income of Malaysia. Note that Malaysia in the 1970s was behind the Philippines. But now it has really zoomed past the Philippines. And the poverty rate of Malaysia is less than 1% compared with our 26%, 25%. So this Malaysia is a complete example because of this the current per capita income that they have, and also it actually took Malaysia 33 years to triple its real per capita income, and South Korea it took 20 years to triple its per capita income. So it's really, by comparison, if we want to triple our per capita income by 2040, then it's a steep challenge. So what is the kind of action needed on the part of government? We need to have sound fiscal policy, sound monetary policy, and sound regulatory policy. So fiscal policy, apart from supporting macroeconomic stability, our spending program should strategically address capacity constraints. Should increase our competitiveness, encourage innovation, reduce inequality, and build up resiliency. What are the priority sectors according to our survey, the respondents of our survey? All Filipinos, cross-section of Filipinos. Among these, the priority sectors are mentioned by them is housing and urban development, tolling the Vice President, housing and urban development, manufacturing industries that generate jobs and can reduce drastically our unemployment, and connectivity. Connectivity both in terms of transportation, airports and roads and bridges, as well as telco connectivity. Okay. Additional priority sectors mentioned were education services, health services, obviously, tourism-related services, countryside development, financial services, and agricultural development. Then, what about monetary and financial policy? These policies should support low and stable inflation, already steady growth, and financial inclusion. The thing about inflation is that when food prices rise, even by small 1 or 2 percentage points, poverty incidence increases, as we had experienced between 2013 and 2015, when we tried to achieve rice self-sufficiency, which we were not able to, and so we had to import rather late. And the prices that we had to pay for the importation was even steeper than what they would have been. A regulatory policy. Okay, regulatory policy has to do with promoting competition, reducing externalities, negative externalities, and the cost of doing business, ensuring consumer protection, as well as justice, security, and peace. What is the role of social policy? Okay, with a comprehensive economic and social policy, we believe that the effective cost of mobility, food, shelter, education, leisure, and the tax burden can be reduced substantially, making it easier for Filipinos to achieve their aspirations. Okay, this is the I'm just trying to put in perspective the income that is desired by four member family by 2040 compared with what we have now. So, as I've said, the current middle income plus average income for a family of 5 is 45,700. To reach 120 by 2040, this income level would have to grow by 2.6 times. And to reach 57,000 income by 2040, which is the more modest ambition, income should have to grow by a more easily achievable 1.25 times. An enabling social policy, and it should help our young citizens avoid or at least recover from child marriage, teenage pregnancies, which have been rising sharply in recent years. Then what happens is that teenage marriages will result in their leaving school, dropping out of school, repeat pregnancies, child illness, maternal morbidity, informal work at best, and then insecurity and displacement. So from vision to action, our intention, government's intention, is to translate the vision into the next 4 medium-term development plans. Vision 2040 is a plan, long-term plan that will cover four administrations. Four administrations. So these four administrations would have to be consistent with each other. In other words, one Philippine development plan should lead to the next development plan in a supporting way, mutually supporting fashion. And we also, in our plan, we also need to take into account the sustainable development goals. So this will require strong ownership and a buy-in by stakeholders and the country's leaders over the next 25 years. Each of these plans must build on its predecessors. It will also have to sustain the momentum under changing conditions, requiring adjustments and flexibility in our strategies. Okay, as mentioned earlier, plans should build on each other so that they lead to an attainment of the vision and ambition that Filipino citizens want to have by 2040. For example, to reach our goal of prosperity, the first plan would start with aiming to reduce poverty and inequality, which is severe. Poverty and inequality are, in the first 6 years, eradicate extreme poverty by 2028. That means the end of the next administration. Expand the middle class in the third plan period and eradicate poverty by 2040. A higher growth trajectory can be attained beginning the second plan period if we are able to provide the basis of a higher demographic dividend during the current administration. The demographic dividend is realized when the economically active members of the population greatly outnumber the dependent segment of the population. The next 5 years will see the highest number of women of reproductive age. This is the so-called the bolts of women in the reproductive age, although they will be have individual lower fertility rates. Because there are more of them, they will lead to many more births in the next 6 years. This means that the biggest population momentum will happen during this current period, during our watch, during President Duterte's watch. So that is why his commitment to fully implement the RTRH law is well in order. And Secretary Jokno has aptly provided for adequate budget for implementation, for a full implementation of the RTRH law. We need to significantly reduce fertility over the next 5 years, or else miss out on the demographic dividend altogether. To become a healthy and resilient society, the first plan period will focus on expanding healthcare and implementing the RH law. The second plan on reducing morbidity. The third plan on promoting a healthy lifestyle and encouraging wealth build-up and diversification. To become a smart and innovative society, the first plan, the upcoming one, would continue education reforms. The second plan on increasing learning opportunities. The third plan on improving the intellectual property rights framework. And the fourth plan on encouraging research and development and innovation. Note that promoting science and technology and innovation and creativity is one of the 0 to 10 point agenda. of the administration. To become a high-class society, the first plan will focus on building trust in government. That's this administration. The second plan on promoting harmony in diversity. The third plan on cultivating national pride. And the fourth plan on building pride in our national identity. The first plan that will be anchored on the long-term vision is the medium-term Philippine Development Plan 2017-2022. That is what we are right now crafting, and all cabinet secretaries are involved in this exercise, and there will be a lot of participatory consultations with civil society in the next couple of months, so that by the end of December or before Christmas, we will be able to upload in our website the new Philippine Development Plan 2017-2022. That is the kind of timetable we are trying to achieve. Okay, then you are familiar with the 0 to 10 point agenda, economic agenda, so I won't bore you with this. Certainly, the upcoming Philippine Development Plan will be anchored on the 0 to 10 point agenda. Note that number zero is very appropriate, peace and order, because peace and order is the bedrock of the 1 to 10 agenda in this 10-point agenda. Without peace and order, which is what's being, what the effort that is being exerted now on is on peace and order. And Secretary Pernia has been quoted as saying that we can sign so many peace agreements, but if there is no development on the ground, they will be all for naught. That's a very important point to emphasize. Okay, then the 2017-2022 Philippine Development Plan will aspire to lay the foundations for inclusive growth and a high-class society through a two-pronged approach of balancing growth opportunities and building trust in public institutions and cultural awareness. Specifically, we propose in the Philippine Development Plan 2017-2022 to adopt the following strategies: expanding economic opportunities, improving access to economic opportunities, reducing vulnerabilities, accelerating human capital development, developing infrastructure, maintaining ecological integrity, pursuing good governance, promoting peace and order, promoting public order and safety, promoting and valuing cultural diversity. Okay. That ends my presentation. I hope I've not go too fast. Thank you very much.
Of course, everyone knows June as a priest, activist, who has been with the mayor for a long time. But there was one term of the mayor. He named June Evasco as the city engineer of Davao. Can you imagine? Unthinkable, no? But he did well in the city engineer's office to cut graft and corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the Cabinet Secretary, Evasco Jr.
To our Vice President, Maria Leonor, Lady of Neda, to the Cabinet Secretary, present here this morning, to all undersecretaries, heads of other national government agencies and GOCCs, representatives from various organizations, sectors, and associations. Ladies and gentlemen, mayroong buntag sa inyong tanan. It gives me great pride and honor to welcome all of you to the Social Development Initiative Summit, which is hosted by the Office of the Cabinet Secretary. The timing of this summit today is spot on, for it gives us an opportunity to talk about how we can build on our gains so far and work we have done so far. Speaking of gains, the past years were really exceptional years for the Philippines in various fronts, especially in our economy. During the first quarter of this year, we broke expectations with our gross domestic product growth of 6.9%, the highest we have had since 2013. Global observers also continue to have a bullish outlook on our country. For one, 5 places up last year in the global competitiveness. Credit raters have also upgraded us investment grade status since 2013. All of this give us the momentum we need to further grow our economy in the coming years. Of course, we want to make sure that what we achieved last year will be replicated and even escalated this year. But as we start this administration, we must confront our largest economic challenge, that is, of ensuring that economic growth is something that is built by the ordinary Juan and Maria on the ground. Because it creates jobs and contributes meaningfully to poverty reduction. For one, we have yet to see sharp decreases in poverty incidence, as well as in unemployment. Poverty statistics show a small decline in poverty incidence since 2010. Moreover, as we look into the structure of our economy, we can see that its strength continues to come largely from the services sector. Indeed, this sector, particularly our business process outsourcing, BPO industry, is something to be proud of. However, the opposite side of the coin is the situation of the rural area. We continue to face harsh realities in the countryside. More than half of Filipinos live in the rural areas, engaging in either farming or fishing. This consists of about 12 million Filipinos, or about 33% of the Philippine labor force. However, 70% of rural Filipinos remain poor, earning less than 2,000 pesos monthly. In fact, the entire sector, which remains as the Philippines' largest, only contributed 11% of the country's total gross domestic product. Many reasons point to the continued poverty in the rural areas. Besides, that most farmers live on subsistence farming. The modernization of the agricultural sector is yet to be seen. The average education level of most farmers is at grade 5. This, coupled with the limited access to farming inputs and implements, technology, training and education, the credit facilities, have contributed to the low agricultural output and income level that our many farmers are experiencing today. This is the simple truth, that despite the strides in economic development, we have yet to achieve inclusive development. On our part, this administration's anti-poverty platform has been very clear from the very start. The President himself promised during the campaign that he will ensure that all Filipinos will live with security. Not just only the physical security, but an all-encompassing security that covers every facet of human life. Housing security, food security, job and livelihood security, financial security, security on the streets, among others. That is why the mandate given to me, in addition to being Cabinet Secretary, is in terms of poverty reduction, ensuring that all the key agencies of government are singing one tune in terms of ensuring poverty reduction, especially in key marginalized sectors, farmers and agricultural workers, women, the youth, and the like. That is the brand of poverty reduction that this administration is trying to achieve, not the abstract trickle-down economics that the ordinary one and one across cannot understand, but rather a truly inclusive group filled at the lowest rungs of our society, especially the countrysides. The Duterte brand of poverty reduction that we are propagating as Cabinet Secretary and oversight of 12 key agencies are as follows. First, it is collaborative and participative poverty reduction strategy. For a poverty reduction strategy to be effective, it has to be authentically proposed, implemented for the poor in mind, in collaboration with the poor. The Duterte brand of poverty reduction will be based on close collaboration with the poor Filipinos, listening to their plights, understanding their vulnerabilities and dreams, and developing programs that accurately respond to the present realities. Second, the Duterte strategy of poverty reduction is partial, something that is adapted to a particular area. This administration recognizes that poverty is affected heavily not only by economic and social preconditions, but also by spatial considerations. For example, what might work as a development strategy for typhoon-prone people might not be applicable to conflict-stricken Basilan. Our poverty reduction strategy henceforth will recognize local realities and incorporate this in the cascading of programs, activities, and plans at the local level. This would entail a lot of collaborative work with local government units and other civil society, non-government organizations at the grassroots in order to tailor-fit strategies to realities. And finally, the Duterte poverty reduction strategy is built on the ground. The marching order from the President is to ensure that all of these highfalutin plans are translated to societal and personal outcomes that every Filipino poor can tangibly experience. Greater access not only to social protection programs and basic social services like health and education, but also access to local markets and financial systems, cheap and effective farming and fishing implements, and affordable food and housing. As former mayors, both President Duterte and I know that every LGU official is only good as his or her last term. Some would cite this as a handicap, but for us now, this is a challenge to us. To make change, most feel on the ground in the 6 years that this administration will serve. We are pressing and presenting this criteria and this framework of poverty reduction because that is exactly why we are here today. We are here to bring together national government agencies and scores of sectoral organizations, coalitions, national and regional associations, and members of the marginalized sectors in order to come up, even in broad strokes initially, what the President's social agenda should and should not contain. We are here to listen to the realities, the dreams, and vulnerabilities of the Filipinos, especially the marginalized, identify local peculiarities and special realities, and develop mechanisms for efficient and swift delivery of government services on the ground. This is to ensure that the service delivery of the administration is attuned to your needs and tailor-fit to your realities. The dream of the Filipino people is simple: to lift themselves out of poverty. Admittedly, this administration cannot promise to achieve everything in just 6 years. But I suppose the key message here is that we will not take this sitting down. The status quo must change. In conclusion, we are in a critical turning point of our nation's history. The clamor for change is high. The expectations of our people through the overwhelming mandate received by President Duterte sets a high bar for us in the government. It is our ardent hope that through this activity, we will be able to work more closely in ensuring a government that is authentically and truly by the people, for the people, and with the people. The challenge is clear, and the call is getting louder. Now is the time that we decisively invest in the betterment of our country through our individual and collective contributions. Daghang salamat sa inyong lahat.